what's left of my heart. I know you've wanted in here for years, so welcome. Sit in my chair, look at my art. Never mind the flame-licked drapes or shattered chandelier. Kick off your shoes, stay a while and sing the blues with me. But before you do, heed my warning. I'm the ruin. I only haunt this heart. I would give my soul, but it's already gone. I will have you because I'm lonely, but I will use you up and make a ruin of you. Listen, you can't clean up this place. I mean, I'll let you try if you want to, but listen, you have a beautiful face. It's not the one I want, but I can make do. Go hang your coat, stay a while and tell a joke for me. Make yourself at home, but I will say I told you so. I'm a ruin. I only haunt this heart. I would give you my soul, but it's already gone. I will have you if you ask me, but I will use you up and make a ruin of you. You don't have to live like this. You deserve every happiness I once knew. Joy, commitment with your body to the worship. Children and years of bliss. For me there will be no more bells. I'm just a show, and this is my living hell. I'm a ruin. I only haunt this heart. I would give my soul, but it's already gone. I will have you because I'm weak, but I will use you up and make a ruin of I'm a ruin. I'll make a ruin of you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TTRPG Theater. I am your host, Phantom NJ, and I want to welcome you on this Thursday night. So yeah, it's been an interesting week around here. I know I was out last week. I was kind of feeling under the weather, so I decided to take the week off and kind of rest and recuperate. I think I'm finally over the last of the con crud. It's one of those things where coughs are really annoying to get rid of, so you're never quite sure when it's done, and then suddenly you just realize that, hey, you know something? I haven't been coughing for a while. Of course, I am perpetually in need of water, so sometimes I forget to, I'm feeling good, I forget to drink, and then I start coughing for other reasons. So here's to that. So some interesting things. First of all, I'd like to say that this stream is sponsored by Troll Lord Games, maker of Castles and Crusades, Amazing Adventures, and several other games. Though Castles and Crusades and Amazing Adventures are their main two, really Castles and Crusades. And it is the game that is often featured on this channel. And Amazing Adventures has a new printing that is in the process of coming out. It's way overdue. Kind of got caught up in the whole OGL nonsense, where in the middle of it all, they decided that they were going to get rid of all the OGL stuff in it, and then other stuff happened, including the finally being able to re-release and reaching an agreement with the Gary Gygax estate to re-release all of the stuff that they had been working on with him that had last been seen shortly before Gary's passing in 2008. And so, it kind of got pushed and pushed and pushed. And I know Jason Vey is working hard on getting all of it done and, fully set up so that hopefully it's going to release at least the PDFs. I'll be happy if the PDFs release in like the next 2 months or so. That would be fantastic. I can wait for the printed stuff. It's not really a big deal. Just at least give me the PDFs because, again, like Castle and Crusades, it's all one edition. It's just new printings, new artwork and stuff. I just, I want to see what some of the adjustments that they've made are. The plan is to bring it more in line with Castles and Crusades. So, they both use the Siege engine. Amazing Adventures is more of a noir thing. Not noir, pulp. Pulp is the right word. Where you can basically put it at like any time and, run those sort of adventures. The character classes are, you can kind of interchangeable depending on how you want to use them. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what it looks like. And I know Jason's excited about it. So, and with that, we are taking an ad break. So yeah, I get to talk for 30 seconds about nothing, because otherwise people are really not going to see it. That is always a lot of fun. I really appreciate I really appreciate the fact that they force you to do ads. You do not have a choice in the matter. Of course, people have the option not to see ads by subscribing to this channel. Listen, if you want to subscribe, I am always appreciative. But speaking of which, Lord Gazambos, thank you for the resub. 8 months in a row. That is awesome, sir. Thank you so much. I will be seeing you shortly. There was no TLG stream tonight, so unfortunately, it's just me pulling whoever I can along with me. But whatever we have when I'm done, I'll be sending your way. Speaking of the whole Gary Gygax estate, yesterday evening closed the Gary Gygax Fantasy World Series Kickstarter. It is, I'm pretty sure by far, I'd have to take a look, but I think it might be more than double the largest Troll Lord Games Kickstarter, at least for the ones that I've been able to find in the Kickstarter archives. They hit the $300,000 mark. It's an actual series of books. So I think there's like 7 books in the series. It's going to be a lot of material. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of add-ons that are coming with it. They hit a whole bunch of stretch goals. And so, well done there. Like I said, they are a sponsor of the channel, which also leads me to point out the fact that we do have a giveaway from Troll Lord Games, a $10 digital coupon for any digital product from their website. So, you can put it towards one of the adventures, one of the books, and any of them in digital format. Never a bad thing, especially since I think some of their adventures aren't even $10 to start with. So, put it towards one of the big books. Get started playing. If you're not sure whether you're going to like Castles and Crusades and you're curious about what it's all about, the 7th printing of the Player's Handbook is available from their store for free in PDF format. They are currently up to the 9th printing. The main difference between the 7th printing and the 9th printing, besides artwork, is the fact that at the 8th printing, they started moving, they moved some of the stuff from the Castle Keeper's Guide over to the Player's Handbook, specifically stuff for higher level characters. It used to be that the Player's Handbook handled levels 1 through 12, and anything higher than that, you had to have the Castle Keeper's Guide. The realization came that Player's Handbook is really the authoritative rule guide. Castle Keeper's Guide, it's an excellent resource, but it is all optional content. Whether or not they meant for levels 13 through 20 to be optional, I don't know. Oh yeah. That's definitely a thing. As Jay points out, on April 20th, it is April 20th, right? Not this week, not this weekend, next weekend. We will be playing some BattleTech, Lord Kazumba's channel. And yes, I mean, what am I doing? I actually have shout here. We'll be playing some BattleTech at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 20th at we call it at 9 a.m. on Lord Kazumba's channel. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Carlos Lysing is in the building. Carlos, it's so good to see you, sir. And, you know, I really need to put one together. I'm so far behind in getting things set up for people, but so we can at least do this much. So I suspect that you probably want me to, you know, something. I need to put down a note to myself that I need to set up one, a shout out for you with your Patreon. Because if you are a fan of the World of Greyhawk, Carlos Lysing's Patreon, and well, even even the website Castle Entertainment, you know, you get really such Greyhawk goodness. You know, the in terms of for the Patreon, you know, NPCs that you get sent, you know, advanced news on what's coming, and things like stuff that I'm using in my own campaign. He had put out a list of adventuring companies of the Flyness, and I am currently using one of them in my Embers of Empire campaign, the Company of the Sundered Shield, which started off as being just rebuilt. It now has 30 members of it. Not all of them are going to be, I might have to transfer them to other people, but there have been 30 player characters in the company so far. And there is more stuff coming. I'm looking to get some artwork done for some of the main NPCs in the campaign. You know, some promotional stuff. Unfortunately, my artist is a little busy at the moment, so hopefully they'll be free soon so that I can get this done. But there is more stuff coming. We have, as a matter of fact, on April 28th. Oh, yeah, April 28th at not 9 a.m. at 3 p.m. on this channel. It will be the latest run of the first group that ran in this particular campaign, which started, I believe, with Virtual Greyhawk Con. Oh, absolutely. So far, the hierarchy, you know, the two people at the top are the same. Actually, Carlos, what I kind of need from you is, do you have an idea of what the two of them are supposed to look like? And I cannot remember the names of the two people. The Priestess of Tritherion and the guy who really started it all. I believe a half elf. Because I want to, yeah, that would be awesome, because I'd like to be able to give some details to the artist so I can get working, so they can get working on that. But the group that started all that, finally, I think they have a name. You know something, I'm not even sure, because every time I think they've got a name locked down, they change the name of the group on me. I think the name is going to be Righteous Hands. There's a little bit of an inside joke, one because they do have a monk with rather righteous hands, and they try to do the righteous thing. They don't always succeed. Cav Hunter, it's good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. We do have a Troller Games giveaway, exclamation point ticket tenter. And yes, let me make sure that is, yes, excellent. It is working. Sweet. It's always nice when that happens. Oh, and we have another group that is going to be playing in that game. Two of them have already played in one session, though not streamed. They played in GaryCon. But I can tell you tonight that as soon as we can figure out the date for them, Curtis, yes, the Curtis from Lord Gazumbo's stream, or well, you see him mostly in the channel. If you've seen him from GaryCon, he's everywhere at GaryCon, as well as Brett, Little Bird, and Cocoa Bunny will be a fearsome foursome in a game that all that's left to do is to get it scheduled. Of course, that's always the scheduling boss. I already know Brett and Curtis already have their characters from the con. I know what Cocoa Bunny and Little Bird are playing, and I've basically, it's going to be one of those things where I know it's going to be off the rails right from the word go, just because of things that I've been told. I expect no less. I specifically put the four of them together because of the fact that I knew it would kind of go off the rails. Greetings. Yes, Brother Phantom, it is good to see you, sir. Welcome in, welcome in. So we are just talking about stuff coming down the line. I talked about streams that are upcoming. I'll be playing April 20th at 9 a.m. on Lord Gazumba's stream, playing some BattleTech. Zeke Powell rides again. And, this will be the first time I'll be playing BattleTech where I've got a really good idea of the game, not just the game so much, but also the feel for it. I've been reading some of the novels. Yep, April 20th, 9 a.m. So I've been reading some of the novels, and as a matter of fact, another Humble Bundle came out just today with even more BattleTech novels, so I'll be increasing my collection there, getting some of the ones that are missing from the time order that I wanted to read them in, so I need to get that taken care of. As a matter of fact, if you missed the previous one, in the new one of the levels has the previous set as part of it. Tea time with Taryn, good to see you. I'm so glad I was able to at least catch a few minutes of your game. We call it this not game, your stream this morning. It's funny, I was there and then I had to go and I actually missed what it was you were painting. I apologize for that, but I was happy to at least be able to see you for a bit. Doc Shoulder, so good to see you, sir. It is I can't wait for our game at the end of the month. It's going to be a lot of fun. Group and cult mixed up. You've been hanging out in Darling Creepshow's channel, have you? As saying, not a cult, not a cult. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got the two mages. What do we have? The two mages, the cleric, oh goodness, I don't even. The monk, and I believe a straight up fighter, if I remember correctly. But you'll be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be all fine. Mike, good to see you, Mike. Mike, I have a shout out for you, and I don't know honestly whether it still holds because I'm failed to keep on track of what you have going on these days. Mike, you were one of the first people. Well, okay, so. All right, fair enough. Listen, let me know. I'll mark it as inactive for now. If you start up with Grey Hawkery again, please let me know. I will start shouting you out again. So I want to make sure that people are taking care of the people who are active in the community, and you've always been really cool to talk to. Got to hang out, at least talk to you a bit at the various Gary cons and such. So, okay, all right. And who else? Who did someone? Nope. Okay, nope. I haven't seen one new. Oh man. So yeah. Like I said, they just finished last night hitting 300,000 for the Gary Gygax's Fantasy World series. And looking forward to all the other stuff coming out. Trollord Games, man, those guys are busy as hell. It's like the list of things that they've got going on, it's just breathtaking. And the good news is you know that they're, as on top of it, there's some of the normal foilables that we joke about. We kid them about the ever-present typos, which have kind of become a TLG thing. Spot the typo. But there's so much stuff that they've got coming out that I just like waiting for things to show up, and sooner or later stuff's going to show up on my door, and I'm going to have forgotten about it. Evolve like the old PC game. Huh. Interesting. I don't remember if I remember that one. It's been a while. I remember the name. I don't remember if I've played it though. Oh boy. So what else is going on? I know I'm supposed to eventually get to map making. I might be delaying that because, man, it's one of those things where I really need to get around to using VTTs more, because I've come across more and more players who, as much as I love Theater of the Mind, and I'll still do Theater of the Mind for most of the stuff, I never plan on being 100% sitting in a dungeon crawl as an adventure. It'll be part of it. There'll be something for them to go through. But it's not going to be there from like the word go, unless it's a 2-part thing and the second part picks up in the middle of combat or in the dungeon itself. But it's a thing where trying to find, needing to find maps that work for you, and kind of being, constricted to what you can find, and building adventures around them instead of building the map around your adventure. Carlos, you're gonna get there before I am, that's for sure. I constantly joke is like, everyone needs of some sort, whether it is a physical or digital, basically in digital format, a Bill of the Mastercraft, or you need one of those in your hip pocket, because doing this is a one-person thing when I've already got a full-time job. It's like it's me, myself, and I working on this, trying to keep everything straight. The only saving grace is the fact that I am something of a tech guy, but it also means that when it takes me a while to learn something, it just becomes frustrating, and I'm looking for something else to do it more quickly. Because if I wasn't a tech guy already, I don't know how the hell I would ever stream. Not, yeah, he doesn't have him in his back pocket. He's got him in his basement. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Alex single-handedly provided proof that, yes, proof to me at least, that indeed, that I was at GaryCon, because, well, that and the swag that I brought home, but it's proof that I didn't have somebody just go pick up the stuff for me, because I took almost no pictures of myself at GaryCon. Selfies, I apparently forgot what those were. I think the only pictures I have from my camera was taken with Todd, Jay's good friend Todd Stashwick. Let's say it properly. After he ran Tower Gygax for us. Other than that, I was relying on everybody else. I did take some pics of stuff. Being in Stefan Pokorny's game, you got to take, you're sitting there with this massive terrain, and it's like, you have to take pictures of it. It's just gorgeous. It's like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, I can see the attraction. I still think it's way too expensive a proposition to buy them, but the Dwarven Forge stuff it is gorgeous. There's no lie there. But like beyond that, it's like I completely, and part of it was a conscious effort to stay present in the moment. I didn't want to be taking selfies and this and that and forget to actually talk to people. As it was, GaryCon, between founders and GaryCon, conserving energy was a big, big thing. Hyena theme project. Ah, nice. By the way, Carlos, I can tell you that next year, one of the things that I am going to do, hell or high water, is I'm going to find a way to get into one of your evening games, because that's on my list. There are games that are on my list. I did finally manage to play in person with Jay this year. Unfortunately, Jay's games for GaryCon are normally at the same time that I'm running my sessions, so that never works. This year, thanks for Founders and Legends, I didn't run any games, and even though I wasn't initially game, I managed to squeeze in when somebody had to cancel, so I got to play at the table with Jay, despite the fact that he lives just 2 hours south of me. So that was cool. It was a hell of a fun game, especially since I had Brett and Curtis at my right. All right, yeah, I will absolutely definitely do that. But where was I going? Yeah, it was a matter of like staying present, just trying to find time to play playing some games, run some games. Got to play some Shadow Dark with the Guild Superior crew, who were, most of them were there, which was actually like all of them were there, honestly, which was really cool. Got to run some CNC off, unscheduled for some people, which was again excellent. I got a group of 8 for that one. And just basically just tried to hang on to the end. Thankfully, the con crud didn't hit me until I woke up on that Sunday. Some people got hit with it early. So let's do this for a second, because I might as well at least give it a try. I honestly don't know how well this is going to work, mostly because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with this. And we will bring up 9 4-hour sessions. I thought, it was one of those things where I'm never going to run a session on the Sunday. That's the one thing that I know is, and I was actually supposed to play in Wily Hobbit's game that Sunday. And even before I got sick, I begged out of it. Because I didn't really think through the whole checking out of the Grand, getting my stuff, loading up the car, and still making it to his game for 9 a.m. because I can't do a later than 9 a.m. start, because I kind of needed to be out of there by 1:30 at the latest, 1:30 maybe 2 o'clock at the latest, so I could make sure that I got back to the airport in Chicago on time. And I told them, so I was like, listen, there's somebody on the waiting list, and I told him in advance that I was going to do it, so he was I didn't seem like I was just dropping him. He was extremely gracious about it. But yeah, it became a good thing that I did drop the game, because I woke up that Sunday morning, I felt like hell. I had initially made a plan that I was going to take my time. I would check out, have some breakfast, check out, bring my stuff to the car, and then go check out the vendor tables, for maybe an hour or so, from like noon to 1. I know a lot of the vendors will be getting ready to close, but seeing what else I could see. I had briefly been down there. None of that ended up happening. As a matter of fact, I ended up getting a late checkout from my room by about a half an hour, because I was not moving fast at all. So getting over to mapping. Let's see. We've got a generator and a dungeon. Huh. I want to go with a cave. What does generating a cave look like? All right, that is entirely too huge. I might have made this map entirely too large. Let's see what Mark. Ooh. All right. So the cave generation, you really need to pay attention to how large you make this thing, because this is definitely too large. Okay, we're going to discard that and start over. That does not need to be that big. Let's go with like A4 size paper. That might be too small, of course, because why would we make this easy? What does that look like? Oh, yeah, that's a tiny, tiny cave. Yeah, all right, that's better. Complexity. I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to be more complex. I think this thing is having a good laugh at my expense. What I really need is for Asher to show up so he can start walking me through this. All right, let's try this again because that didn't work any better. A3. Okay, A3 might be more the speed that I'm looking for. So let's try a different rock type. Carlos, thank you so much for dropping in. It was so good to see you. Thank you very, very much for all the kind words and all the just awesome content. I will talk to you soon. I look forward to seeing those descriptions. Have a great evening. All right. Interesting. Uh, these are not the most. Oh, that's because they're dungeons, not caves. Hmm. All right. Not the worst thing that I've seen. So, um, some interesting rock formations. Generate some more. I don't know. I'm having a hard time deciding if I like any of these. You know something? Um, the one problem I'm having, really, honestly, is here. So let's see what I can do with this. Um, all right, nope, don't want to do that. All right, so I don't need walls. Does this thing know what the walls are already? I honestly don't know. Huh. Oh, this is cool. I have absolutely no idea how that's supposed to work. All right. That does not do what I thought it was supposed to do. All right, you know something? Screw it. This is not interesting at all. Oh, mapping programs, you will be the death of me. All right, maybe not the death of me, but you know, it really should not be this difficult. Let's go back to the other screen, and we're gonna pretend that never really happened, because that was just a mess. Of course, that begs the question: what do we talk about? First of all, we can talk about the fact that at the moment, I've only got one person entered in the giveaway. So if someone would really, wants a shot at a, we call it, at a free $10 coupon for a Troller Games digital product, please type, I think it's exclamation point ticket to enter. And well, right now your odds are very, very, very good. So, I mentioned the fact that on April 20th at 9 a.m., I will be on Lord Gazumba's channel playing Battletech. I have my character. He's been through a bit. He's still alive. I can honestly say I'm on my first character. I know I'm tempting fate here, but thankfully none of the Battletech mechs that I've been in have been destroyed yet. Come close. Came really close. So, we're going to see what happens. Then on April 28th, Sunday, April 28th, and I believe we decided on 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, Invasion Quarry is the mission for the Battletech game. Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, that is going to be like the first there may be like 2 or 3 sessions at various, points in the year for that. Multiple scenarios. So that's going to be really, really cool. Like I said, I've read the books. The novels, interesting enough, I've only read 3 of them so far. It was a series called The Grey Death Legion. They honestly give you a pretty good feel for the game. It was kind of interesting on how well they did it. Yes, Chris Herrera. I remember Chris. So that'll be cool. It'll be good to see him again, playing some Battletech with us. And it's gonna be a large group. What'd you say? We have like 8 players or something like that? Or even more than that? 8, yep. So that's gonna be some, big combat. That'll be a lot of fun. And on April 28th, I've got Chris Johnson, Alex, Yoav, Dale, otherwise known as Asher the Bear, and Doc Shoulder, playing in the latest of the Embers of Empire scenarios. I have not yet come up with a title for the. The Tim and your son are they not included in the 8? Because that could be interesting. But yes, they will be playing. They'll be playing some Castles and Crusades. This will be their 3rd session as a group. They also have taken part in other sessions. So let's see, Chris Johnson, otherwise known as GDTRFB something on Twitch, actually played his character Thraskin at GaryCon in one of the adventures. The others all played in, actually, including Chris. I think only one person was not able to partake in the sessions that I did for the fundraiser the weekend before the St. Jude's fundraiser, where I ran 3 sessions with 3 different groups. Just about everybody was in those. So, people have gotten a chance to play extra sessions. Doc Shoulder's character is a little behind, but nothing terrible. So he'll get the chance to catch up a bit here, and that's going to be fun. And then as soon as I can figure out a time slot that works, I've got Curtis, Brett, Coco Bunny, and Little Bird playing in a group themselves. Brett and Curtis have their characters from my GaryCon session. Coco Bunny and Little Bird, Courtney and Christy have new characters coming, and it is going to be a wild ride. I promise you this. I am almost afraid to ask for a group name. So I might try. I might wait for them to figure out, see how it goes. But that game is going to be off the rails from the word go. I already know. I've already been warned. I kind of figured it. I knew what I was getting into when I put the 4 of them together. But it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one. I've got other groups that I need to put together, because we are at like some 30 player characters that have played in the campaign. Some of them are from GaryCon and probably won't appear again unless I give them to somebody else. But other than that, I would say at least 22 of the 30 have a chance of being seen again, or will definitely be seen again. I've got one of the groups that went during the fundraiser that I definitely want to get back together again, because I love playing. I love playing with those people, and they're so much fun. They're my friends over from Rainbows and Razor Blades, as well as my friends from AdventureSlang.com, who will be putting out their new game at some point this year. So yeah, it is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. There are good things coming. I do have sessions planned for non-Castle and Crusades, really non-D&D type content. I am working on learning the rules for running a mothership game, some existential space horror, as it were. I'm also working on learning how to run Vaesen, so some Gothic horror. Lord Forth, it's good to see you. Lord Forth and others, thank you, everybody. Thank you for dropping in. We do have a $10 giveaway, ! Ticket, the $10 giveaway. It is a $10 towards a digital product from the Trollord Games site. Right now, your odds of winning are really, really, really good. So please take advantage. Let me see. What else do we have coming? I mentioned Vaesen. I mentioned Mothership. I've toyed with the idea of running a Dragonbane game, and as much as I love the game, I still have the issue. All right, cool. Okay, I will see you in a few minutes. As much as I love Dragonbane, do I really need to be running another fantasy game here? At least on stream, I don't think so. Might toy around with it a session or two in Discord, and let people have some fun. It's a pretty cool system. I know I don't have any, even though I own it, I don't have any intention of running a campaign with it. It's a slightly different look at playing a D&D style game. The combat system is pretty fast and can be brutal, honestly, because of the way leveling works, you don't level up the way you do here. It's more of expanding the things you do and doing them better and better. And There's also some RNG that goes into the leveling process. There's also some kind of like hedging your bets when you're doing leveling. But you don't get more hit points unless you specifically take an ability that gives you more hit points. It only gives you like 2, and you can only do that if one of your skills has a certain point. So there might be other things that you want to take. So yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's not really a dungeon crawl type game. Dungeon crawl, everybody would be dead in the first session if you did a pure dungeon crawl. Unless you really, really lucked out on all of the combat order, the way things worked, characters are going to die. It's just, so it's more meant for, fantasy with a lot of story and, a different leveling system, a different experience. I enjoy it. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's some neat ideas in there, but again, it's another swords and sorcery, martial and magic type thing. I've got Castles and Crusades. That's all I really need. I'm still waiting, and I'm still looking. As soon as Amazing Adventures, the new printing of Amazing Adventures does hit, at least when the PDFs hit, I want to see if there have been any changes to the. And it's true, Lord Forth. Then again, that tends to be, depending on how large groups are, that's a lot of TTRPGs. One character going down. Usually, that's when the dominoes start falling. Is once the first one goes down, depending on how early it happens in the fight, one can quickly become more. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to learning, basically looking at the new Amazing Adventures. I do want to do some Amazing Adventures sessions. I also at some point want to do another Veterans of the Supernatural Wars, which is from Jason Vey and Timothy Brannon, and Jason Vey's Elfleur Games is the publisher. Think all the campy, campy young adult monster fighting shows from the old CW days, and you get the idea of what these storylines look like. It can be a lot darker than that, but that's where the character class archetypes come from. And it can be a lot of fun. It's, there's fighting, there's magic, there's special abilities. Magic is not, magic can be powerful, but it comes at a cost and is not 100% guaranteed to be successful, which makes things interesting. I've already run a session, and I would like to run more. Just need to find some players who are willing to do it. And he also has another game that he written called Wasted Lands. It basically uses the same system, the Ogre system, which I don't remember what Ogre stands for. It has to do with older style gaming. Old school game rules, something or other, or something experience. I don't remember specifically. But it basically, it does simplify things. Maybe not quite as simplified as, Castles and Crusades with the siege check, but pretty damn close. He also has a game coming up, a Kickstarter coming out for a space version, space game based on ogres called 13 Parsecs, which I'm really looking forward to. Just so you know, Jason normally has most of the stuff written before the Kickstarter happens. So if you're ever looking for a Kickstarter where you're going to get an early turnaround and the Kickstarter is directly from him and not part of something else, I swear that from the time the Wasted Lands Kickstarter ended to the time I had physical books in my hand was less than 3 months, which is just ridiculous. I mean, and it's everything looked really great. So yeah, gonna look to do some more of that. with that being said, let's see. Jay is not. Yeah, he is on. Okay, that's a little early. I don't know. I don't know what else. There's so much going on. There's so many people in the community doing stuff. Check out all the people in the community. I mean, if I'm now part of the Greyhawk Creatives, which I probably should have a link for that ready. You know, it would be good to be a good citizen. Where is that? I know I've got that here somewhere. There we go. Greyhawk. In case anyone heard me singing to myself. Check out all the people in the Greyhawk Creatives. Give them, if you haven't already, please give them a follow. There's some people doing some fantastic stuff. Different games between, you know, D&D, D&D adjacent games, gothic horror, science fiction, whatever. There's so much good stuff going on. As a fun detour, check out Walgamit Live. All right, I'm not going to do that right now. I definitely will check it out, but oh man. All right, well, right now Jay is online, so I'm going to get ready to raid into him. We still have exactly one entry for the $10 gift certificate giveaway. Exclamation point ticket to enter. So, you know, unless you want the person who's in there to win by default, and I don't have a problem doing that. I mean, I knew it was going to be a small group. No, actually, okay. News about the Jim Ward estate. What, hold the phone. What's going on? For those of you that, for those of you who don't know, or may not be aware, Jim Ward passed away while GaryCon was happening, which was really, really sad news. That's good to hear. Does that mean there's hope that stuff is going to get reprinted? And by good hands, it wouldn't happen to be in the good hands of Troll Games, would it? Because that'd be cool. Also means everything else is coming out much later again. Yes, we do. So, Alex, that's a little bit of a tease. Whose hands is it in? Or is this just the news that it's in good hands? Because that's one of those things where, yeah, that's great. I'll believe it when I see it, but Carter. Who is Carter? I feel like I'm missing something. It's entirely possible. I'm not always completely up on what the old big names were doing and who they were doing stuff with. Okay, cool. Do me a favor, post the article. Do me a favor, post the article in my Discord, and this is as good time as any. I think the bot has been doing it, but just in case, if you haven't already, please join my Discord and keep up on the news in the chat. No, it's not. Well, it's never too early to say goodbye, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Pat, if you want a good chance at winning something, there's a drawing going on for $10 digital gift certificate for digital products from the Troll Lord game site. Exclamation point ticket. Yeah, but it is exclamation point ticket. So that is 2. Anyone else? Because otherwise, I am going to close the drawing in about a minute. As soon as it hits 7:25, that'll be basically an hour since, just short of an hour before I started the thing. Gosh! Good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping in. He just did. There are 3 people. It is Iculus, Pat Draws, and Chav Hunter currently in the running. Yeah. All right. So yes, I will have a stream again next Thursday. I don't know what we call it. No. Do not do that, please. I will have a stream next Thursday. I don't know what I'll be talking about next Thursday. I always forget I always take entirely too long to decide on something. If you are in my Discord, please, you have ideas of things that you'd like for me to talk about on stream in terms of TTRPGs or Castle Crusades or World's Greyhawk, gaming in general, whatever the case may be. Please do feel free to, put suggestions in, and I'm happy to cater the stream to what the people want to see and what want to talk about. I'm played in a whole different bunch of different environments, different games, different game styles. I don't care if we talk about character classes. I have not done City of Mist yet. I did do the Legends session. I think I did the Legends session. Pretty sure we did the Legends session. Or did we? Oh my God, I don't even remember. We've talked about it so much that I can't remember if we actually played it or if we just talked about it. But yeah, I am part of that Kickstarter, so waiting on that to come in. All right, time to close the drawing. Closing it in 3, 2, 1. And the winner of the $10 digital product coupon from Troller Games is the man who never wins, Pat Draws. Let me mark that as complete. Pat, I will send you a message on Discord with the coupon code. So no fear there. All right, and we are going to be raiding into Lord Gazumba. So let me get the raid started. Thank you everyone who came out tonight and hung around and chatted. Special thanks to Lord Gazumba for the raid, and also for the chance to play some more BattleTech coming up on April 20th at 9 a.m. Thank you to all the people who, whether you lurked, whether you were chatting, whether you arrived early, late, somewhere in between, however long you were here for, it is all very, very appreciated. And we are bringing 9 people into Lord Gazumba's channel on a raid in 3, 2, 1. Have a great night, all.